All right, we're ready. Do you have the questions ready and shit?
Yeah, I think we do.
All
Who
right.
wants to introduce what we're doing?
I do.
There
Okay.
you go.
We're playing a game, a Valentine's Day game.
It's time to play the game.
It's a sequel.
Time to rumble.
It's a sequel.
And it's a sequel. We're gonna ask each other Valentine's Day questions. And if you don't answer the question, you have to drink.
Boom.
You have to take a shot. I'm not though, but
She
they
has
are.
her champagne.
You have to
I
take
guess.
I
a
have
shot.
my champagne.
There you
You
go.
have-
Well,
take a shot.
we've all
Of
been
the-
drinking regardless.
Listen.
So we'll just take a sip.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to put your shit out there, but you put a pretty good dent into that bottle of champagne.
I just put
Just-
shit out there.
I'm just, just throwing that. I mean, they could probably see. It's not like it's not on camera, but
I
just,
drank the whole thing by myself.
just about.
It's-
Hey,
You still got
good shit.
over a quarter of a bottle.
Good for you.
That's
You drank
a lot of-
3/4 by yourself though. Yes.
All right, Dennis. What's the first question?
Me and E drank whiskey 3/4 by ourselves.
What's the first question?
First question. This is a sequel to our Naughty or Nice
Red Flags episode.
Red Flag Christmas episode.
Great episode, by the way.
It was a
Great episode. Go check it out. First one. You answer one at a time, however order we want to go in. Have you ever been in love before? And what was the name of that person?
Who wants to go
You
first?
can choose to leave out the name, but you have to drink.
All right. Well, I have been in love. I'm not gonna say any names though, so
But why not?
because
But like,
Because why not?
now's not the time.
Okay, Jacob,
because
your
if
turn.
somebody hears it and it's not their name,
I've been in love before. Her name was Naylee.
He said the name, so I can't.
I'm not scared like this guy.
I ain't scared.
He's
Just-
clearly scared. He drank. He
I
drank.
was not expecting.
can't wait for that text.
Oh shit.
I was not
Literally.
expecting that.
Oh.
Oh,
She
shit.
doesn't really watch
Did you know we're
She doesn't
live?
watch the episodes at all.
Did you know we're live?
Yeah, of course.
Damn, son.
I know this is
Wow.
on wax. This is gonna be
No,
out
it's
here
live.
for everything.
It's on IG Live right now.
Oh, well. Either way, that's still cool. I said
We're
I
on
would.
Instagram
I'm
Live.
just kidding.
That's funny.
We could be.
Just kidding.
Either way, 125.
Wow.
What up, Naylee? How you doing, girl?
Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
on that note,
How about you? I'd say I've been in love several times in my
I've
life.
been in love, and his name was Antoine.
Boom.
There you go.
I know him.
Growth. I know him.
Unfortunately,
I heard of him.
Have you ever been in love? Have you been in love multiple times in your life?
I feel like
Or
I've been
just
in love once.
Once, just once.
Like in love, once.
Spinoff question. Do you think that anybody that you were in love with was the one? Like, maybe the one that got away or just, like, the one? Like, soulmate type shit?
No.
I thought at the time. But, like-
You don't currently think that they might be the soulmate? The
No.
one?
No.
The one that got away?
I will forever
Absolutely not.
love the girl that I loved.
You can just say her name. We already know it.
I know. Well, either way,
So you
that's
you
not
feel
what
like
I'm
you'll
saying.
forever love her?
Yeah, of course. I'll always have love for her.
Different.
Does that mean I'm
That-
in
yeah,
love?
that is
Does that mean
different.
I'm in love with her currently? No.
But you'll have love for
Yeah,
her.
I'll forever.
I mean, I have
have
love
for
So
her.
is she the one?
I will always hope. the
Yeah, they're gonna
best
get
for her.
married. I already.
Is she the one?
I don't believe so.
So am I?
Eric believes so, but I don't believe so.
You don't have to answer my spinoff, by the way.
We love your spinoffs.
Can you ask it again? What was it?
I said, do you think that they were the one? Maybe the one that got away or a true soulmate? Like, do you look back at that and go, like, damn, could have made that one work?
I feel like there was a time where I felt like that, but I've just kind of come to peace with everything at this point in my life with that person. So
I have a question. So he said, and you, I think, said that you always have love for that person.
That doesn't go away.
So am I a hateful person because
You have no love for them. You don't hope.
None.
You don't hope that they're like safe. And
I feel nothing?
Yeah.
does that make you a bad person?
A
I
hateful
don't,
person.
I don't think it makes you a
no,
hateful
I mean if
person.
you're thinking hateful thoughts, then yes. But if you
No.
just like don't care about them and
no
whatever,
hateful thoughts at all, but
there's
just
also,
literally.
there's also
what
different-
happens.
There's
type
also
shit.
differences though. If someone did you like knowing how much you cared for them, they purposely did you as dirty as they could. I could see where someone would have certain thoughts of not hate, but like
Yeah,
you're
like,
like I don't
have
feel
any-
anything.
Yeah, I
and
don't
you're
have any
saying-
like hate.
Like
There's
I don't
no hate,
I don't have any
hateful.
ill will. At times, there's been certain times where we're all petty here that we've
That's what I used
we've
to.
been
Yeah.
like fuck that,
You
fuck
don't-
them.
You don't care
But-
about that person at all.
But
I
like
have nothing. There's nothing there.
I
There's no
feel
like. There's no like. Oh, I wouldn't be like. Oh, I have love for that person or
That
"Oh, I
person
care
can't
about
affect
the-"
your feelings.
No, I don't care.
See, well, I definitely.
it's different though. There's different
Yeah.
calibers of it. 'Cause
I'm definitely the type
been
of
there
person
before.
that like.
But I used to. But now, like, I'm at a place where, like, no,
And
like,
see, and
it's
that's where I kind of differ a little bit, because like once I get to a certain level with somebody, whether I stay in communication with them or whatever, like I will always have love for them. I will always want them to do well. Like
Yeah,
I will
want
never.
the best for them.
But
like,
they didn't do anything to you.
No, they did.
And
shit
you
to
still,
me.
and you still feel
No,
that
there
way?
was shit done. Yeah,
you
I'm
still
just,
feel that
I
way?
just not. I'm
That
not.
was-
I'm not a
that
very
was
like.
wild.
I'm not. I don't
But
have.
I'm not either.
I don't have a lot of animosity towards people. Like even at the end of
You
the
know
day,
that I
like
don't.
No,
Like
I know,
I'm
but-
not that type of person. Like
I know.
I'm not that way. But
I'm just very. I forgive. I forgive too easily sometimes, and like
Me
whether
too.
whether I accept them back
You're an
into my
Aries.
life,
Oh,
I'm
you're
a
a
Taurus.
Taurus.
I'm a mix of
you're
both.
borderline.
Yeah.
Your moons and your stars.
Not that I
don't-
Whatever
actually
the
have
fuck
any
that
fucking
means.
idea about it.
You're
I
a
truly
whole
don't.
shalbalaba
I really
fucking
know
hell.
nothing about it, but
Yeah, you know something.
I'm
you know
in tune with
something.
myself, with Aries.
Yeah.
Other zodiac signs have no fucking
We can't
idea.
Yeah,
make these
I don't
questions
know,
last this long.
Going off of
Okay,
what
sorry, okay,
going
okay.
off of what you just said though.
Me?
Both
Eric?
of you, what you guys
Okay.
were just
The
talking
collective.
about. I think it's almost more painful. Maybe not painful, but if someone doesn't do you dirty, and it still like doesn't work out, because then it's like
You have to find a reason to lie. Party Next Door has the best fucking line. Stop looking for a reason to hate me. Just hate me.
Ooh.
I feel like
Just
Like you shouldn't hate
me.
anybody. Just
like,
forgive.
If it
Literally.
if you
It just
guys
didn't
just
work
drift
out.
apart and not work out, and then like it could,
But you don't have to forgive everybody. And
You
I
can-
honestly
it-
feel like you can move.
you-
You
it
can move
takes-
on and be happy without
That's
forgiving
true.
somebody.
That is true too. But it doesn't take anything. Like, I mean,
takes a weight off your shoulders when you forgive people.
yeah. Like I don't.
But it
for
also
you.
doesn't
I don't
put a
feel.
weight on you to not forgive.
If
them.
you're dwelling on
No, it
the
doesn't.
past, listen.
I'm being so dead ass.
Listen,
no, it doesn't.
Linda. Listen.
I'm
If
listening,
you're
Linda.
dwelling on
What
something,
if you don't dwell?
okay.
I mean, it's possible to just move on and not think and not feel anything. Like
Yeah, I've been there too, but I'm just saying, if you get to a certain point and you're peaceful, like, and you know who you are, you knew everything you did was genuine,
Absolutely.
and that's how, for instance, with Eric, I feel like you can get to a certain point where you can forever have love for that person because you know your intentions were genuine.
Yeah.
So that's
What
what
they
I'm
did
saying.
was
Am I a
foul.
hateful person
What they
because-
did was foul, but I can, you could still be like, oh, I will always have love for that person. Like,
But
it doesn't
I'm
mean you have to be
peaceful.
in love with them. It doesn't mean you have to care what the fuck they're doing, but you just want them to be happy.
But I'm
like, I don't
still
want to
at
see
peace.
them being happy by any means. I don't give a fuck.
But
Like,
I'm
do your
still
own
at
thing.
peace without thinking in my mind.
That's fine
the
too.
only way I
Being
would.
like,
too.
oh,
I'm
I
not-
wish them the best. I
there's-
hope they're happy.
There is
Like,
no right or wrong to this
I'm
question.
at peace.
There is no right or
and
wrong.
still don't have those
You're okay.
thoughts.
You're
You know?
doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, the only way it would be
Jacob.
hateful before we move on is if you have hateful thoughts towards them and you're like, I hope everything bad happens.
If you have
to
ill intent,
That's the only way. But
But
if
if you, I don't. Have
if you don't
any of
really
that.
think about it, then it's
yeah.
you know
If you
Then
don't
it
think
is
about
what
it,
it
it's
is.
just a thing of the
Exactly.
past.
Yeah.
it's a preference thing
Yeah.
or a thing.
It's
All
gone.
right, next question.
How long has it been since you were kissed?
What's today?
Today is Thursday.
Better say this right.
I'm over here looking
I'm
for.
fucked.
What happens if you don't answer the question?
You have to take a shot.
Yeah.
A
What
shot
if you don't know?
or
the
a sip?
answer?
Yeah, maybe I
Take,
don't.
then take a
Maybe I
shot.
don't remember
Then take a shot.
a sip of my
Damn it.
champagne.
It was within the
Your
last
rules.
week. I'm
I
trying.
don't
To,
really remember.
it was within the week. I can't think of the specific.
Within the
day.
week?
Within the week, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he's got a girl, so whatever.
Oh.
Haven't chilled- haven't
Well,
chilled with
Something like
anybody.
that.
I truly don't.
Haven't chilled with
We're in
You don't
limbo
have a
right
girl?
No, I truly I don't remember. That's sad.
now. A little bit.
You can't remember the last time. Maybe not even the date, but can you remember
Yeah.
the last
The
time?
last person.
I remember the
Been a
last
while.
person.
It's been a while.
I know the last
Damn.
person. Just don't.
Actually, yeah, it's been a while.
You can be like, it was around the holidays.
Been a
It was.
while.
It was around.
Could double down and just.
It was
say out
around
more names,
2021.
but it's like-
It was around 2021.
It was around
that's a-
2021.
You know,
Close.
now is around 2021. 2020
No,
is around 20.
It's 2022.
24-month time span.
It's
that we're talking
2022,
about.
so it was around 2021.
It was in 2021.
It was 2021. Yeah,
I feel like you didn't want to answer that.
Well, it was
Take a
definitely
shot.
in
Take a shot.
2022.
I did. I
Oh,
just took a
all
sip.
right, word.
Did.
How about you, Dennis?
Yeah, you're not exempt from this.
He's taking a shot, so I guess he is exempt.
I don't know.
Nah, he can say it.
Last month.
Last month,
Boom.
last Christmas,
Not
I gave
this.
you my heart,
So
and
in
the
the month of
very
January.
next day,
The month of January.
you gave it
Pretty sure
away,
same,
gave
but
it
I don't recall
away.
Chills in February.
To save me from tears, I gave it to someone special.
Oh my God, next question.
Boom.
You guys didn't like that?
I love that shit. All right, next question.
Why are we the only ones?
Because Jacob is a poop head.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I
You
said
thought I
it.
was gonna say it.
He's a
I
poop
don't know
head.
what you were gonna
I got left.
Popping my.
say. Yeah, I heard it. Got it.
Yeesh.
No, I was just kidding.
Anyways,
Lord,
next question.
Yikes.
starving.
Same.
It was a joke.
I know. I get it.
Clearly not.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Jacob has.
When was the last time that you felt jealous, and what was the reason for that jealousy?
Jealous.
Pours a fresh cup.
Downs it.
Yo, you sir,
And then says it.
fucking hilarious. Is
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
gonna
are.
drink on that one.
Wow, y'all.
That
have
was
no
such a good question. Nobody wants
Y'all
to
have
answer.
no content.
I think me and Jacob will
Um,
answer.
No
Fuck
content.
it. Last time I felt
I'll answer
jealous.
it.
See, that's the thing. I'm not really a jealous person. by
Me
any
either.
means.
And that's why I fucking had to drink. Because
Yeah.
Bullshit. Fuck out of here.
I
I'm
feel
not
like,
a jealous
I
person.
I swear.
I feel
so,
like everybody
gotten
has a
jealous.
sense of
no,
jealous.
I'm not saying
in
I've
them.
never gotten. I have gotten jealous, but I'm not a jealous person. So what I mean by that
Me either.
is when I'm talking to someone, I feel like they should,
Live their own life.
Yeah, they could do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to talk to me, they're gonna talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm not gonna be jealous of if they do something.
That sounds great. That's not how we feel. People get jealous.
Yeah, people get jealous,
People get
but
jealous.
there's a
Just
difference
tell me
between
how I
getting
feel.
jealous and being a jealous person.
We can
someone
all
who's
say
chronic.
we
So
can
what
all
was
say
the question?
I like for them to have their own lives,
When
and I
was-
don't think about I try and give them their own space.
Banjo,
That's
what was the
nice.
question?
When was the last time you got jealous?
Okay.
The last
so
girl I talked
y'all
to
are answering
serious.
the
All right,
question
yeah,
because
I
it
am
didn't say,
answering
"Are
the
you a
question.
jealous person?"
I am
It's saying,
answering
"When
the
was the last
question.
time you got
The
jealous?"
last girl I thought, at least I was seriously talking to, had an interesting living situation, and I wasn't jealous of the situation, but I did not like the
You
situation.
shouldn't say jealous, man. It's
You
I
okay.
wasn't
can.
jealous. I just did not
It
like the
doesn't make you
situation.
weak to be jealous.
I wanted her to get the fuck out of that situation, and she didn't want to get out of that situation. So now there is no us.
Situation. The situation.
No, their situation's still going strong.
Who's? Not mine.
It is.
No, it's not. I mean, from what he told me, it's
I was
not.
gonna say from what
No.
I've heard.
No, I'm not talking about Jacob's.
Unless we have a
I'm
liar.
saying the two other parties.
Oh, yeah,
of the
probably.
situation.
By all means,
Their
yeah.
situation is doing just
They're
fine.
probably doing
Yeah, no.
peachy,
Splendid.
but
Splendid.
me
And Jacob's
personally-
happy.
Yeah,
Can't
for me
you see
personally,
it?
I'm chilling. The only relationship I got right now is with the gym.
So you're not answering.
Bye
the
early.
question?
His name's Jim.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not answering the question either.
Nope.
So next
I passed. I
question.
took
She
a shot on
wanted
that one.
Next question.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that one was quick.
I drank, by the way, just
Me
in case
too.
you wouldn't try to come for me.
I see the glass is a little less empty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Has your significant other ever cheated on you?
Yes.
Yep.
Whore.
There's a second part. Everyone said yes.
Uh-huh.
There's a second part
I
of the
never
question.
said yes. If I just said whore.
Well, that's a
But it's-
Clearly,
confirmation. That's confirmation.
Have you ever
Pain.
cheated?
No.
Yes. I have.
So I've never even been in real relationships.
I was
in my
about
life.
to say, I was literally
I've
like, thinking
never-
that
You
shit.
know when you're betraying someone's
Yeah, he
trust.
hasn't.
I've
Yeah.
never in my life. The girl who
Good fucking point,
claimed
though.
on
Because
claim.
he had a girlfriend.
You know when you're
little,
betraying
little
someone's-
asterisk, little side note, little footnote.
That means I'm a smart guy.
Titles do not
It's true.
equate to how you feel.
True.
You could be with
Factual.
somebody and not love them,
could be in
or
a-
you could be in.
You could be in a full-on relationship.
You know
and
how I
never
felt
be-
about you, and you did something like
Boyfriend.
that.
Yes.
Like you
don't have to be with somebody to love somebody, and if you love somebody, that doesn't mean you're with them.
Yeah.
Or if you're with somebody, that doesn't mean you love them. You
and
gotta-
they
girl
can
I loved,
and
we
they can
never
abuse
dated.
your trust, and it doesn't. Just because we don't have titles
Facts.
doesn't mean that like.
Facts.
Oh my goodness.
Just
I'm gonna-
because there's no title doesn't mean you can't abuse
We'll just go to the
trust.
next question,
Facts.
but I'll just take a sip. So
yeah, no, but I have been cheated on, and I have cheated.
I have been cheated on and I have not cheated.
No, I've been the victim, and I've been the shitbag. So
Been the victim.
never been the shitbag.
Never been the shitbag.
so what had happened was
Have you ever abused a man's trust?
Have I what?
Have you ever abused a man's trust?
ever. No.
Like I said, I was never in a real
wait,
relationship.
In his eyes, yes. But in my eyes, no, because we weren't together in a relationship.
Have you ever?
But did we not just?
No.
Why didn't we just clap for Dennis?
Wait.
We just clap for Dennis.
Pause.
I'm gonna clap for you again.
I just told you guys how when I'm talking to somebody, I talk to nobody else, right? Okay, so when I was with my ex, when we would do the whole back and forth thing, he was fucking other girls. He was talking to other women.
He was abusing your trust.
He was abusing my trust. So, in retaliation,
You abused his trust.
once.
You did it.
It's still,
I did, but we were not together. So,
but you abused
still.
his trust.
But
Okay,
again,
I
back
did.
to the point.
You didn't
But
cheat on him.
I
Back
didn't
to
cheat
the-
on him.
back to
but
the
the thing
point.
is, I did it because he was doing it. So I'm like, okay, if you're
Back
gonna
to
do
the
it, I'm
The
gonna
point,
do it.
though.
reasons don't affect the.
Back to
you
the
abused
point.
his trust.
Back to the point.
There
Title.
shouldn't have been no trust because he
Titles.
was doing it.
It doesn't matter though.
You're not.
But
It doesn't
he was
matter
doing
though.
it.
Listen. Back
He
to
did
the
it
point.
first.
Back to less than 45 seconds ago. A title does not mean you love somebody, or doesn't mean that you do love some or don't love
Yes,
somebody.
I get that.
If
But at
you
the
have,
same time,
if trust is being abused, it's being abused, regardless of titles.
but you're
regardless of
trusting
this.
me. You're trusting me to not go do what you're doing.
Kristen.
Yes, be the bigger person.
Let me. No. Kristen,
Yes,
Kristen.
fully. Yes, I'm glad you're giving me that look. Be the bigger person.
And I did for. And Eric,
you still fuck.
and
You,
but I
you
did
still
it for
abuse
so
trust though.
long,
You
but I
still
did it for
abuse,
so long.
and that's fine.
Kristen,
Keep on doing it.
Kristen.
You gotta accept what you did. Whether you killed somebody,
I do
fucking.
accept what I did, and I have no regrets. I have
Oh, well then-
because it's at the same time like you were doing it too.
Nobody's
so
calling you a
therefore-
bad person.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
What-
kidding.
We agree that he abused your trust.
So therefore,
But
I
being
retaliated.
but being spiteful doesn't
Doesn't
make it.
make it like.
it
doesn't-
doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make
So
it
you
okay.
abused his trust as well.
But why did he? Why would you?
It doesn't
ever-
mean you're equals.
But
It
why
doesn't
would
mean
you
he's
ever
not
trust
worse.
Someone, why would you ever trust someone not do you dirty like you're doing them dirty?
Because
Why would you do that?
Remember
But-
the first conversation
I'm
you brought
doing
up about this
something-
guy
but if I'm
is that
doing-
he thought that you didn't respect yourself enough to not say no to him. In his mind, he was like, "She'll never do me dirty."
So then I did it.
So
and
he
was
had
mad.
trust in you,
Yeah.
and you abused his trust.
And it's a good thing you-
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, so
there
we're-
you go.
And it's
So
a
we're-
good thing I did.
So
It's a
we're all
fucking
on the
good thing
same
I
page.
did.
Nobody's saying you're wrong.
I'm saying it's wrong.
Anyways, next
It was
question.
not wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
Eric, it was not wrong.
Listen. You could justify it however you want to justify it. Abusing somebody's trust is
Eric.
abusing. No, wait. Abusing somebody's trust is abusing somebody's trust.
But why
Whether
would you, why
think
would
it's
you
right.
have trust in me? If you're doing me dirty, why would you trust that I wouldn't be doing the same
I'm
thing
not
too?
justifying
He
that.
can be wrong.
I'm not justifying that.
He
All
can
I'm-
be wrong, and you still abuse his trust.
Yeah.
But
That-
she's like,
listen,
bro, why would
listen.
I not?
Why
I
would
get
that's
that.
what I'm saying is
I get
if
that.
you are out here, if we're not together,
Okay.
and you're doing me dirty, if you're talking to other bitches,
In his
you're
mind,
doing
were you
this-
guys? In his mind,
No, in his mind, we were. He told me
You
every
guys were
fucking time-
separated.
every time that he got the chance, he would tell me, "I'm single. I can do what I want." Okay, bet. So if you can do,
so
what
then you didn't
want,
abuse his trust.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So if I go, but he thought I
But
did.
we're describing
but
two different
to him,
things.
But to him, I did.
Well, because
If you guys are
Well,
not,
listen,
if
like,
you guys
to
are not
him-
together,
Well, listen.
if you guys are not
Oh,
together,
he's a narcissist.
if you guys
Sure.
are not, you guys are
He might be.
officially,
Sure.
you
I
guys
don't
are
know.
officially not together.
Officially,
You're
not
not living
together.
together. You're not
Titles.
seeing each other.
No.
Weeks, months go by.
We were broken up.
He's seeing other women.
Yes.
You see another man.
No. I wasn't until I
You
did.
saw another man one
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yes.
She said I wasn't until I did.
Yes.
Wow.
Then you didn't abuse
Line
each
of the
other's
fucking
trust.
podcast.
Then you didn't abuse each
I
other's
wasn't.
No,
trust.
Until I
He
did.
abused me. Yes. Yes.
You can't both.
No,
Oh
yes,
my god, you
yes.
can't be right and wrong. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, yes.
Fuck
yes.
it.
Yes.
Next question.
Yes.
One more question. We got time for one more. Make it good.
Aw.
Make it a good one.
Oh, give me a second.
That was
guys.
a nice little exchange right there. You know, we had some
Jesus.
conflict, some disagreement there, but
Lord
I stand by
have
what I
mercy.
said.
And I stand
If you
by
abuse trust, you abuse trust. Wrong is wrong,
Abuse.
regardless.
If you abuse
mine. You
trust.
should never trust someone
Okay,
that you're doing wrong.
Wouldn't say that.
Fair
Don't trust
enough,
them.
but still,
If
trust
I'm out
was
here,
abused.
okay, say you were my sneaky link, and I'm out here doing you wrong. If I'm out here doing you wrong, there's no way in
But if
hell
you're a sneaky-
I'm gonna sit here and be like,
But if it's just
He's-
a little,
he's
if it's a
doing
little
right by me.
side,
Depends on the relationship.
if it's a side piece, if it's a sneaky link, then I'm not gonna trust you for
okay,
shit.
if it's your ex girlfriend, you're just gonna
That's
show-
a little different.
that's not.
you're
That's
gonna
not
trust
just
your ex girlfriend.
a
that's
little
not your
bit
sneaky
because
Ex girlfriend.
yes, because there's been previous emotion and relationship before, so you know me, so I would expect for you to at least let me. And I'm talking from my perspective, from me.
So
If I'm
Dating a girl.
If it's an ex and I'm seeing other people and they're trying to say something to me or like get back or whatever, trying to make something work, I'll be like, listen, I'm seeing other people right now. So like, you take that for what you want. You take it for what you want.
Yeah, we don't have time for another.
No. Are we
don't
rushing?
have time to get into this, but we can have this conversation.
Listen,
are we rushing?
All right, bet. All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
Okay. I'm still trying to find it, guys. I'm sorry.
Anyways, yes. If listen, if it's an ex and you know me, and that's where it gets tricky.
But that's
because then you start playing with people and people's emotions when you know somebody, and you do it whether it's on purpose or not. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, but my thing is Eric, is if like you're saying like, oh, if you know me, like so you know. But my thing is okay. Did I know that my ex was seeing other people? I knew. But he would lie and try to make it seem like he wasn't. But I'm an FBI
so the
agent,
lie was
so
abusing your trust.
Yeah,
that's where the gray area is.
So that's why it's like, okay, you're lying and you're making it seem like it's one thing, but I know it's this. So therefore, if I go do something, you can't be mad.
Fair enough.
You're doing.
I mean, he can be mad. Doesn't mean he's right.
Yeah.
Fair. He's allowed to feel however he wants to feel.
Fair enough.
You're right. You're right.
They're not justified.
Listen,
if he told you from the jump, like, I'm a cheater. Like.
Yeah, and that's not.
And we can try to. I'm just saying, if he was like from the jump, he's like, I've had a history of cheating. This is what it is. This is our relationship. And then you go on and you guys develop real feelings for each other. And then he cheats. You're allowed to be mad. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make you wrong, even though he told you the truth.
Facts. You're not wrong for how you feel.
If you flip it, then you're allowed to do what you did, but he's allowed to be angry.
Boom. Last question.
Have you ever been with somebody who you trusted completely and they never betrayed you, not including family members?
No.
Have I ever been with somebody that I trusted completely and they never betrayed my trust? Not including family.
So what does that mean?
You can be like just a nice relationship with somebody and it just didn't work out.
We're talking about of the opposite sex, correct?
Yeah.
Never in my life.
Yeah, never. Well, wait. You've never betrayed me.
Besides friendships.
Romantically.
Talking about like significant others.
Then no, never.
You've never been with a guy and it's just like, it was great, fun, wish him the best.
No, never.
That's unfortunate.
Very.
Well, all right.
I'm going to say I have been. I'm going to say I've been in a relationship or we were dating or getting to know each other and it just...
Okay, so wait.
Fell apart.
Yeah. It's not that I didn't...
relationship or like...
Just someone you knew romantically. Who you trusted, and they never did you wrong, they never did you dirty, and then they just went on with their separate lives.
Then okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I would, yeah.
And back to your point that you kind of were trying to harp on a little bit before, those are probably worse than if someone did you dirty.
That's the one who got away.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Because it's like...
You don't know if it was going to end
maybe
good or bad.
not in that sense, but like...
It?
Yeah,
what if you ended it? You can end it and be in a different headspace 3 years later and be like, I shouldn't have ended that.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to be on I'm trying to go out and party. I'm trying to see other people. I'm not trying to be monogamous.
All right.
And then you look back and be like, damn, like
maybe
they might have been the one. I mean, they're happy. They're married. They look like they're doing well.
To your point, literally.
That could hurt.
Yeah.
To your point, exactly. I've talked to a girl in my life, a couple girls in my life, where...
No shit.
Yeah. Anyways, I've talked to a girl in my life to where I was like, damn, you deserve a lot. Not saying you deserve better than me, because
oh no, I've definitely
You've been with a girl who's too good for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you been with a guy who's too good for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
it happens.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Brownie points for you.
And
you deserve better than me.
And I was and it's crazy because
I don't think I've ever been with a girl that deserves better than me.
Well, Jacob, we know how high.
But the thing
this is true. I do hold myself to a high regard. But
I will say for
factually,
mine, though,
I don't think I have ever been with a girl who deserves higher than me.
As far as hold on to that thought real quick. As far as like
maybe what they wanted in their life
at that time in that time in their life or in my life, maybe not that I don't think I could be.
You were slacking,
but
at that moment.
In that moment in my life, I was like, listen, I'm on some different shit right now. It's not that you're not cool. It's not that I don't fuck with you. It's not that you're not wonderful and amazing. But like emotionally,
I'm not there where you're at.
Mentally,
I'm not on your level.
I cannot give you that shit. So,
All right.
You know, I can
And I
kind of
don't-
see where you're coming from a little bit.
On a special Valentine's Day edition, there's been there's been a couple girls in my life that have said this exact thing that kind of low key is crushing. When a girl is like, you're this, and that, but our timing doesn't match up or
Timing's
whatever.
It's all about timing.
Timing. Oh,
The right
if
person,
I even
wrong time.
yeah, if I even hear the word time
That's
and
the
like
most
the-
annoying.
I want
when the
to
talk is happening. You're
It's
like,
I
true,
want to
though.
spaz.
It's
I
not,
want to
though.
spaz. If I hear the word time
not,
come
though.
up, I'm ready
Absolutely
to
not.
fucking run
Yes.
through a
It's
wall.
not- if it's the
'Cause
right
I'm
person,
like,
it'd be the right time.
Literally, when a chick tells me
Yes.
you're so perfect,
What are
but
you
it's
guys
just not
arguing
the
about?
right
What?
time.
what are you arguing about?
When a girl tells you you're such a
Wrong
great guy,
person, wrong
you're the
time.
right person. It's just
Right
the
Doesn't
wrong
exist.
time.
Right person, wrong time. You mean?
Right person, wrong time doesn't exist.
I'm
think
just
it does.
like,
If it's the right person, why would it be
make
the
the
wrong
time.
time? It'd be the
Make
right
the
time.
fucking time.
Because-
Simple.
It doesn't
Mental.
exist.
Listen, there's different.
I get that we're not
Look
all there.
back, Kristen.
I can see every point of it. I understand where a girl says that because I've been there where it's like
won't ever-
this girl might have been good for me, but I was not there mentally to where like
Yes.
I could reciprocate the same emotions.
Look back to the dude that you were just thinking of.
but
That
it still
was-
sucks to hear.
That was
I don't like that.
maybe
word.
not better than you, but
Time.
like you weren't good enough for them at that moment.
I still wouldn't go
I've
back.
never not been.
You don't think that they were like possibly the right person.
No. I just feel like, and when I mean that, I don't feel like, what was your question again about them being?
I'm saying the person that like who they were in the right headspace and like it just didn't work out, but it's nothing that they did wrong.
Like,
And like you weren't maybe in the right place for them.
Yeah, I just feel like, they were a good person, and where I was at in my headspace was not where they were.
So
at.
you've never screwed up a relationship. You've never been the reason.
He's asking the real questions.
No, have you ever been in the relationship where you're like, I'm the one, I'm the
probably-
reason this failed?
I probably self-sabotaged my last relationship because I didn't trust him.
No, I'm saying of a guy that's like,
Like a good guy.
yes, where you're like, I'm screwing this up.
No, because I haven't really dated that many guys. So like the last, I will say there's one.
Fuck up your relationship.
You're not speaking into the mic,
didn't.
Jacob.
Then shut up. How about that?
You didn't fuck up your last relationship. If you got shown all of these signs and he did all of these things, you think you being like, oh no, I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. That's not you being fucking it up. That's you realizing I am way better than this situation. I'm not gonna put up with this ever again.
I'm just saying that
saying the
maybe
truth.
you haven't been in this situation, but there are situations where
There was a guy that I did talk to where I felt like he deserved a woman that was ready to give him their all,
And
and
were
that
you-
was not me.
So
now,
right
did you break
person-
it off at that
I
moment?
did.
Right
I did.
person.
I told him like this
Right
is just
person, wrong time.
not right person, because I still don't feel like in my mind do I think that was the right person. I
Right.
just feel for me
I'm
that
just-
was not the
But
right
is
person.
that?
I'm
but
the same
would
way
you
as
not
her.
say? But would you not say those are qualities and traits that you would look for in someone that you are trying to be with, as far as the
I feel
traits
like
that
if-
he was displaying?
I feel like if that was the person that
For
I was
instance-
in love with and wanted to be with, why wouldn't I have wanted to be with him?
Also,
We can go back to the beginning.
To answer your question, if it's somebody that you could just not be in the right mental space for that, like they can be the right person for you, and just because you're not in love with them, you might be thinking about other things.
But I also feel like chemistry is a really big thing.
It is.
And I feel like if the chemistry, he could be the right person for me, probably. If for God's eyes, probably the right person.
No, I'm saying
me.
for you.
But for me, the chemistry was not where I wanted it to be. So
right person,
not right
wrong
person,
time.
No, I get what, I get what you're
No,
saying. I get what you're saying.
no.
He was not the right person.
I
for
still
you.
feel like in my mind,
Have you met the right person for you?
I don't.
Have you met anyone that could have been the right person for you?
2.
Have I? No.
Never.
Then you're not gonna believe in right person, wrong time. But can you see in other people's minds, or that they have met that person?
So it's a perception.
Listen,
thing.
I have people that are close to
I've
me,
met-
family members that have told me that they have met the right person.
They got away.
and they fucked up for one reason or another. That it's like, well, it just didn't happen, and now this is where my life is at. Not that I'm upset with it, not that I'm mad that it turned out this way, but I do feel like that person is meant to be with me, and I'm meant to be with them. But for one reason or another,
We cannot
whether it was selfish reasons, whether it was because they were immature at the time and they felt like they were doing the right thing, that they felt like they were moving on from them was the best idea.
So then why
20
not go
years
make it
later,
work? 20 years. Why not go make it work?
Can I tag on to that?
a lot. I mean, for whatever
Life.
reason, they can be
Life comes-
exactly.
Can I tag on to that?
Of course.
This might get weird. I know somebody who lost their significant other.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep.
I mean, they're not getting that person back.
Mm-mm.
Real shit.
They lost their right person.
That's sad.
They have to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how they're doing it.
It happens.
Truly don't know.
It happens though. I mean, it's
That's the fucked up thing about life, though. Life.
I would be so sad.
Of course, you will be sad, and there's gonna be long time.
Hopefully,
It's gonna be
weird
a.
to say this. Hopefully, that happens for you.
It's gonna be a long uphill battle, but
Like when you're old,
At the
you're
end of
gonna
the
have
day,
to say goodbye, whether you're
you-
leaving or they're leaving.
real shit. I mean, that's the fucking
See,
harsh reality.
And the
of
fucked
shit.
up part is death hurts the living. So like, when you die, you're in a happy place. You're gone.
I don't know if I'm deeply like the love of my life for 50 years.
Anybody.
Let's hope.
Anybody.
And I'm the one leaving. Like that's gonna hurt me.
Are you just gonna hurt me that I'm
It's
about
gonna hurt
to die,
you in the moment,
I'm
but
gonna die.
I mean, but
Sometimes you don't even know.
speaking of the person that I'm speaking of, like they knew that it was happening.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It was.
That I just don't like.
That definitely is tragic because. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm in the
life goes on.
It's a
That's
very
the fucked up-
specific
Yeah.
situation
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just
that
a
I
fucked
saw
up-
in my
yeah.
life. So
I know.
I'm just in the belief
Which is
that
sad.
there's so many different variables and so many different things that go on in just one person's life. So now you're trying to put two people's lives together. There's so many different factors and variables in this.
So you don't
and
believe in
that.
soulmates?
And all that needs to be.
It's not
talked
that I don't
about.
believe in
In
soulmates.
one true soulmate.
I
He
don't
does.
believe that it's always going to work out that way.
Yeah.
So you
I
think
believe that, and it's
Some
not
people
even
can meet and they'll be soulmates.
exactly, and they're meant to be together, and everything works out perfectly, and things like. But those are, to me, those are outliers. More times than not, there's just so much going on in life. You're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to figure out what you're trying to do, let alone trying to help someone else figure out what they're
themselves.
trying to do.
Yeah.
Most
and
people who
things like
pass
that.
away have not spent their life with the person that like is the love of
And
their
I mean,
life.
and back to your point, you know, do you feel like you met the person that you felt like was meant for you, and it just didn't work out? I know people that have literally told me that, and it's like, for whatever, life takes over, and you get yourself into new situations, into new circumstances, and now you have new responsibilities and obligations and things like that. And the person that has been with you for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years,
It's not your person.
they've been with you and they've stuck by your side.
You said it is not your person.
Listen,
They can
That's my
become not their
biggest fucking
person.
fear.
But,
That's my biggest.
but
fucking fear. I
listen,
would hate
they've
my
been
life.
sticking by your side through thick and thin. So it's like, at a certain point, regardless if that's your person or not, your soulmate or not, that's the person who has been through you, with you, through everything.
You're gonna.
You
ride
might
it
have
out.
certain feelings towards this person, and it might have been a little bit more natural. It might have been a little bit more genuine. It might have been a little bit more real. But for whatever reason, one reason or another, that shit didn't work out. You found somebody else, and 20 years later, 30 years later, through all the bullshit and all the things that life throws at you, they're still with you. What I mean, that's where the conflict is for me, at least. It's like, how at a certain point, again, you start justifying certain things, and you will justify everything. It's like, well, this person is stuck with me through everything. I might feel a certain type of way for this person. I might have a certain connection with this type of person, but your connection from one person to another is completely different. That doesn't mean you love them less. That doesn't mean they've done any less for you or anything like that. It's just the way that life works. 99% of life is not perfect. You might meet that, you might have a certain situation, see a couple where things just happen to line up for them perfectly and shit happen. But that is the outlier. Most times than not, you will hear people say that, yeah, I didn't meet somebody, I was too young, I was too stupid, I was caught up in this, I was caught up in that, and it didn't work.
Living with regrets.
20 years later, it's like, damn, that's the person I wanted to be with, but now I'm with this person. They've given me the time and the effort. I feel like I owe
Is that
them.
truly happiness?
Majority.
Yes.
Majority.
I don't know if it's true.
They
How
can
is
bring
that truly
you,
happiness?
they can bring you
Because if you're
truly. They
that's
can bring you.
settling.
They can bring you true happiness.
But you're settling because you're not with the person that you truly want to be with.
That's two different things.
Yes.
I'm saying that as you get older in life, if you, like, let's say, like, you look at somebody and be like, that might have been the one, but then someone else comes along,
And you're gonna settle with them because they've been with you through everything.
Just
You're
let me
settling.
just let me finish. You're with them. You grow, and 30 years go down the line, they're now the one.
But you're looking back thinking, oh, but this person.
I'm
could've
not
been
saying
the
you're
one in
looking
the-
back at your old age.
But that's what his point is, right?
Well,
in a sense,
different.
but I agree with you that someone can grow to be the one. Someone can show you that
Like,
they.
I'm so glad I found this person
because they were able to,
and
because
I'm
they
glad
were,
that didn't work.
They
out.
stuck by your
Yes.
side and put up with the
Yes.
bullshit and were there for you.
To basically go off both your points, yeah, you could have those like initial regrets, but there isn't anything to say or to prove that you might have that initial regret. Like, oh, I should have been with that person from fucking 20 years ago. You don't know if that was gonna work out.
You don't.
You could have had that.
But that's
you
what.
could have
That's
had
the
that
what if.
reaction,
But
like,
that's the what if.
we were so genuine together. Yeah, that could have been cool and all for a fucking week or two.
Yeah.
And then that shit could have fizzled out.
For sure.
But the
Could
person that
have.
stick by your side the whole time.
But that's where the
you know,
what if, and
and
that's the where
that is what I've always struggled with, and at least me personally, when it comes to the term. Like my cousin says it all the time. Yeah, me and my old lady. I settled down. The term settling down fucks with me.
I feel like
hard.
it has
Settle
a-
down is more of a property.
I think
thing.
it has
It's
a-
you settle down in a house.
settle down
Well,
has a negative
yeah,
connotation to it.
Correct.
Absolutely,
So, but
it
he was
does.
talking about like
It
his
does.
woman. Like this is my wife. I've settled down. You know, like we're
I feel like he's
good
using it
now.
in a
Like we're good
non-toxic-
now and shit.
But if
And
you're
that
running
fucks
around
with me mentally.
But if you're running around being crazy, like you're running the streets,
I love the streets.
being toxic, and then
Love
you
'em.
find the woman that settles
Yeah,
you
we
down,
I love them.
Yeah.
that's not a negative
That's not
thing.
a bad thing.
No, not at all.
If you find the woman that settles
I
you
have
the fuck
prayed
down,
I actually
That's
haven't
a
prayed
good
that
thing.
often on it. I should pray more about it.
But
I
lot
pray
of
to
times,
God that I find
a
a
lot
woman
of
that
times
settles me
men
down.
can find a woman and settle down for the time being.
a lot of
I'm trying to
In-
settle down forever.
lot of
But there's
people do
multiple.
that.
But there's
Yeah.
multiple women that can settle down a man. Like
Of
you
course.
could be with 3 women that settle you down for the time period until you don't want to do that
okay.
anymore.
But
This
you
is
can
gonna
find,
sound
But
out-
then
you
was
can
that
find a
really-
lot of
And then
man
you'll-
that can
but then
provide
you'll
for
find-
you.
But then you'll find the one woman who does. But there's still you can meet 5 women who are gonna settle you down for the time being.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
and so that's
it.
a lot of women. There's not. It's not.
But it's the. I mean, that's for anybody.
But, but you know when you know.
Yeah. I mean, what's your point?
The
there?
one stays around.
My point is he's saying like, oh, I settled down with my old lady.
Mm-hmm.
You can settle down with 5 different women. There's 5 different women that could make you settle down.
Then
That's a lot of
that's not
settling
that's not
down.
settling down then.
But okay, if you're with say you're with a girl for 2 years, she made you settle down for 2 years.
Yeah.
Then you break up. Then you find another woman. You settle down with her for 4 years.
But you have to go.
Then you go from
Is
women
she
to women and women
Is
and women
she
and
settling
settle
you
down.
down? Because
If you're not doing anything, then yeah, you're settling down with that person,
But that's
right?
the thing. I don't see. That's the fucked up part. When you think about settling down, you're not doing anything. When I quote unquote settle down, it's not that I don't want to do anything anymore. I want to experience life with somebody.
And have a family. And
Not just have. Yes, that's the goal too. Have a family, but I'm trying to experience. Like I'm trying to take
With that
For
person.
instance, me and whoever I'm with. We do shit that neither one of us has ever done. We travel.
Which
we
I
fucking
agree. I don't
start
mean-
a family.
I don't mean, like,
I
doing
want to
nothing.
do.
I mean
I want to
with
do
other women.
new things that neither one of us has experienced.
But
so
when
we
I say
both
doing
see
nothing,
the
I mean with
genuine
other
like
women.
and
Not doing nothing in life. I'm meaning with other women.
Listen,
it's gonna be a hard.
I'm gonna.
topic. I can talk about this topic for hours.
We
ain't
got.
the time for that.
We got to end. But I'll say this. Listen, as far as and you might not like this or whatever, but wanting to do things with other women doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love the other person. It's just some people have certain needs or certain wants or want to do shit. That doesn't mean you don't love the person.
I will never understand.
And that's
that.
fine.
Never.
And that's fine. I'm not.
How do you
I'm
love
not,
someone but want to do something with somebody
listen.
else?
How many friends do you have? You have a lot of friends.
Not really.
Or do you
But
have
you don't
multiple
know that.
friends? Do you have multiple friends? You have different people you hang out with. You
Yeah.
have family members that you.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's the same thing. Just because. Just listen. Just
No.
listen. Just because.
If you're-
no. Listen. If I'm spending time with somebody, if I go on a run with somebody, and I go on a run with somebody else, does that make me like going
No.
on a run less with the other person?
No, but
It's listen.
it's the same
I
thing
would
as double.
disagree.
It's the same thing with double standards with like men and women. That's a whole double standard because
It's not necessarily
going
a double
on run-
standard.
Going on a run and being faithful to one person is completely different.
It depends how
So
you
can
have.
go
It
on a run
depends
with
on the
multiple
structure of
women.
your
You're
relationship.
fucking running.
Can I?
It
Can I say
depends on the
something?
structure
Can
of
I
your
say something real
relationship.
Wait. If you're going on a fucking run
Uh-huh.
with somebody, you're running. You're literally running.
Listen,
Who
I'm gonna-
cares?
and I'm gonna give an
But if
example. I'm
you're
gonna give an
be
example.
Sexual in the bedroom and give someone. So you want to give a lifestyle to one woman and give it to the next woman?
No,
You
it's not
wanna have
necessarily
a
like that.
family
Listen.
and be sexual and have this and
Listen,
have kids with one woman and do it to the other.
Listen,
You're gonna do that?
I'm gonna give an example. There was a time that I talked about I want to have a threesome with somebody that I was with.
Okay.
I brought it up.
Okay.
And to them, they interpreted it that they weren't enough for me, that they didn't feel like they satisfied me. And it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do
but
with
it's okay for them to think that.
And fair enough. I'm not saying it's wrong for them to think like that. But that was not the case. The case is just like, I want to experience having two women on me. We're all enjoying each other.
But that's
doing
different.
That. But
to me, when it comes to men, in like sexual relations, I feel like it's different. Like I feel like if a man can fuck a woman and that be that, and they have no feelings, nothing. When a woman does it, it's different. But I know a man can love someone and go fuck someone, and that mean nothing to them.
Yeah.
But if you're a man and you have a wife and a family, and then you go and you impregnate another woman, and you have a family with another woman,
yeah, that's a different story. That's a different story.
To me,
you can't do that.
But to me, I would even go a step further. I think I think the person that you're in love with makes you not want to have sex with other women.
For sure.
Agreed, and I agree with that too. I agree with that too. You shouldn't want, if you're a man and you love a woman, there's nothing about another woman that you should be like. I mean, you can look at the woman, you can be like, she's beautiful,
but
she's
I do think
why
that
would you want to step out on that girl?
Being attracted to somebody and loving someone is two different things.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
you could be attracted to somebody and to your point, want to have sex with them and not have any feelings towards them and still love somebody.
But you wouldn't want to hurt the person.
Exactly.
But don't actually.
Well, and that's where the boundaries of a relationship come in. If you talk to it with your significant other and there's boundaries set and it's okay, that's one thing. If you're going out and cheating and doing it behind their back and lying, then that's something that it's like, all right, don't do that. But if there's boundaries and you talk about it with your significant other, then that's a completely different.
If they know what it is, if they understand who it is, they're okay with that.
If there's an understanding, that's one thing.
That's pretty foreign. Like
then that's like a poly relationship.
Yeah,
sure.
But it's
not monogamous.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's what we were talking about.
Well, I'm just talking about in the sense of like just having the understanding of things instead of just going behind someone's back and cheating and doing something. If there's an understanding of things, that's a different story than if you're going out.
I'm gonna fuck on you occasionally.
But even like an understanding, you shouldn't want, if you're with a woman, you shouldn't, whether you look at a woman or not, you shouldn't want the whole cheating thing. You shouldn't want.
I think all of that shit's
cheating. You should not want to do that. Like you shouldn't want to. You should just want to be with her and nobody else.
I think all of that shit's cheating.
I don't think people are naturally monogamous.
If you bring it up to,
I absolutely think that they are.
If you bring it up to your,
speaking from myself.
I don't know. I just don't think people are naturally monogamous. I think that's something that has been taught.
I can't even, like we talked about earlier, when I'm talking to someone, I don't even talk to other people. So I feel like a monogamous can happen because
sure it can happen, but
talking to somebody else.
I don't.
I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying those are things that are taught, and people learn things at different rates, and people digest and take things in at different rates.
I just feel like it's a person thing. Like it's how
it wasn't taught to me to be monogamous.
It wasn't taught for me either. Like it's just something that I am. That is just me to the core. That is how I am. I wasn't raised that way. I was not raised that way. Like it was just, not that like my parents are thoughts or anything like that, but they didn't instill like you need to be with one person. This is how this is gonna be. Like that's not how my dynamic was. I wasn't raised in a two-parent household.
Real dynamic. I came up in a single woman household.
Same.
Like they clearly it didn't work.
Same.
So like,
but
for some reason I was just always like
two people and that's that, and I don't do anything different.
But
even
I hate when people throw out a man is only as faithful as his options.
No, I mean,
if you're a faithful man, you're a faithful man.
But also, I mean, if you
stop coming up with excuses.
If you look throughout history, monogamy has always been a struggle for people.
It's a struggle
for people. So if it's a struggle, does it come naturally?
But like. Just because it can come naturally, and then ego can come naturally, and those things conflict.
Who's it a struggle for?
Humans have
if you look at through history, monogamy. I mean, there's whorehouses and fucking brothels and sex workers and things of that nature. So monogamy has been a struggle for humans throughout history.
Sinful flesh.
Not that it can't happen. Not that it's not possible. Not that there's not people that believe.
But monogamy has been a natural thing as well. I think both things can.
They can
it's
coexist.
Like Murphy's Law. Like one can be natural, one can be natural, and they just conflict.
It's who you are as a person. It's either in you or it's not. You either get it or you don't.
Boom.
And I happen to get it.
Well,
with
Bless
that-
the
They
Lord.
get it.
And with that,
The girls that
Episode
get it,
125
the
of the
girls
No
who
Hangover
don't.
podcast. Special Valentine's Day episode. Don't click OK.
very interesting stuff. Boom.
All right.
It's a wrap.
Find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Google Play,
Listen to us where you listen. Watch us where you watch.
YouTube.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Take care,
Kristen,
everybody.
thanks for coming through again.
Thanks,
You're always
guys.
welcome.
Thanks,
And
guys.
as always, especially today, everybody love everybody. And we'll see y'all next week.
I love you guys.
Love. Peace.
So you're not
See
gonna
y'all
say
later.
Back.
Love
Love
you
you.
You're
too.
not gonna say it back. Wow.
Love you, Kristen.